Now, if we try to represent the product rule in terms of sets, then we'll have a collection of finite sets where A1 is a finite set, A2 is a finite set, and all of them represent the tasks. And AM is also a finite set. So we have M number of sets. Then, according to the product rule, the number of elements in the Cartesian product of these sets is the product of the number of elements of each set. So if we try to represent it mathematically, it's like this represents our Cartesian product, A1 cross A2 cross so on to AM is equal to the number of elements in A1 times the number of elements in A2 times the number of elements in A3, so on to number of elements in AM. So this is how we represent the product rule mathematically in terms of the sets. Now let's take another example where now let's discuss few more examples related to the product rule. Let's say we have to generate a password of length 6. And then each digit can be represented with uppercase English letters. It's from A to Z. So we have 26 choices. Then the lowercase English letters, which is A to Z, so we have 26 choices. And any of the numbers from 0 to 9, so we have 10 choices. Now in total, if you sum them up, this is equal to 52, 26 plus 26 plus 10, which is 52 plus 10, it's 62 choices. And at the same time, we are asked to generate a password of the length of 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this entire procedure has 6 tasks, and each task can be represented in 62 ways. So this will be equal to 62 times 62 times 62 times 62 times 62 times 62. So we'll get 62 raised to power 7 numbers of ways that we can represent this password or choose the password. Now let's take another example, which is related to telephone numbering plan. So this is another example related to the product rule. So what we are asked to do is, we have the North American numbering plan, which is a format with which we can generate the telephone numbers, and it consists of 10 digits. It consists of 10 digits. The first 3 represent the area code, then 3 digits represent the office code, and the last 4 digits represent the station code. So in total, these are 10 characters. So therefore, we'll have 10 digits over here. So this is, you can see this is 3, this is 3, and this should be 4. So these are 4 X's here. And similarly, in the new plan, we have 10 digits again. Now if you look at the old plan and new plan, it has certain characters which is represented with N, X, and Y. So X denotes that you can choose a digit between 0 and 9. So you have over here 10 choices. Then N denotes a digit from 2 to 9. So you can have, so these are 8 choices. And Y denotes a digit that's 0 or 1. Therefore we have 2 choices. Now let's have a look at this one. So if we have to generate a telephone number using the old plan, then the entire procedure has 10 tasks, and Y, X, N, X, and X, 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 and X. Now we have to look at how many ways we can represent each task. So N we know can be represented 8 ways, Y can be represented 2 ways, and X can be represented 10 ways. So this is the old plan. Likewise, N can be represented 8 ways, 10 ways. X can be represented 10 ways, and this is 10. For this again we have 10. For this again we have 10, and this again we have 10. So the entire procedure, which is to generate the telephone numbers using old plan, we have 8 times 2 times 10 times 8 times 8 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So this will be equal to 160 times 640 times 10,000. And if you look at that, the number of ways, the number of the total number telephone numbers that we can generate are equal to 1024. So this is almost equal to 1024 into 10 raised power 6. So these many numbers you can generate using the old plan. Now likewise, let's have a look at the new plan, how many numbers we can generate using the new plan. So it's again a 10-digit number. The format is NXX, NXX, XXXX. So for N we have 8 choices, for X we have 10 choices, for X again we have 10 choices, for this N we have 8 choices, this is 10, this is 10, and here we'll have 4 tens. Since this is a product rule, this will follow a product rule, therefore all of them will be multiplied. The entire procedure of generating the telephone numbers using the new plan can be done in these many ways, which will be equal to, if you do the calculation, this one will be equal to 800 times 800 times 10,000. So the number that we'll get is equal to 64 into 10 raised power 8. So these many numbers you can generate using the new plan. Now this was about the product rule. these were some of the examples related to the product rule. And let's discuss the sum rule after this.